I remember I showed up to practice, and I was pretty wild back then, but I came back from a haircut and I had I had stars on my side of the head. And then he saw, and he was like, "Frick, why do you got stars on the side of your head? You're not a star. Show me that you're a star on the field. Otherwise, take those off." And we had a game. That week.
How'd you play?
I remember, I think it was Mesa, and I scored like a 30-yard shot, upper V. It was windy. That might have helped, went upper V.
We'll take
but
it.
anyways, I scored it, and then I looked over to the bench, and I just kind of did my arms like this, and I was like, "What's up, Dave?" But that just stuck in my head. He was so angry that I got those stars on my head. It was so funny.
I love it.
Man. But it was just the little things where he would get angry, and it was just like be in the back of my mind, It just kind of helped me, put in work and
sure.
make some goals, and
Because you're jacked up on monsters,
that's insane, man.
it's different.
Victor Valentine says, I was on crack.
Accurate.
What's up, Victor?
Poor Victor. And I like to apologize to Victor as well. I'm sorry. I've ruined that kid too.
Man, I wish we could hang out again as a team. He called me and he was like, "So, are you gonna play for me next year?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't think so." And he was like, "I know where you live. I know where you live." And I'd be on the phone and I'd be like peeking through my blinds and be like, "Dang, is Dave out here? Is Dave out here trying to get me back?" Oh, it was hilarious. But it was just like, he was trying to get me back, but I was just so fed up. I was like, man, I don't, to where the point where like that, I think I took that whole year off. And then the following year I was like, man, I want to play again. And
That they were more talented than our 2013 team. And let's not throw any names out, but Dave had a few forwards on that team. And Dave pulls one of them, one of the first couple games. And he comes to the sideline. He throws his bib. And I was there as assistant coach. And I go over and I talk to him. And he looks at me. He goes, "I don't let my parents talk to me that way. You think I'm going to let him talk to me that way?" And I remember I felt like I cut him at that moment. I have no power to cut a guy off of Dave's team. But I was like, "There's not a place for you here." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "There's not a place for you here." And he walked into the stands. And I was thinking for a moment, I was like, I can't do this coaching thing. No way. No way. I can't go tell Dave that I just told this kid this. But I can't believe he told me that.
And that's another thing.
Would
too.
roll. So here's
boy.
the video. This is what we did at practice.
We had so much fun.
Must be nice.
We,
I got the worst in 2009.
oh yeah.
Oh, man.
What?
Hey, you know how many shirts I sold for Dave Cameron?
A lot. Oh, I had that video. Did I send it to you? Here's another video of what we did in 2013.
What are you in 5th grade?
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. This
Having
was
so
it.
much fun.
I
had
didn't-
the worst.
I didn't do this. I just show up to practice and they were doing this.
This was it.
You didn't have Marty here, huh?
No, Marty wouldn't tolerate this.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in 2013, that's all we did. We were so good. I didn't say anything. I always had fun. It was always fun watching the women's team. They were getting yelled at by Coach Zagar, getting just destroyed, just like, go, go, go. And we were just having fun. And I loved doing that because it was kind of mean because the girls are just looking at us like, why are we suffering so much? But it was it was a loosey-goosey atmosphere because we were that good. We were scary. And I just went into that mold.
How about celebrations? Do you still condemn those?
No.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
I
Not
Celebrate.
at all. You
I
remember?
remember-
I mean,
I remember when
Oh,
I
boy.
remember before a game, he was like, "You better not celebrate. We don't need no yellow cards, no red cards, no nothing." And I remember I scored and I started celebrating. Oh, it was
he was the one I hugged after I
hilarious.
ran.
Hilarious.
After I ran to the side, he kind of pushed me away.
Oh,
but
it was funny. It
Yeah.
was
yeah,
so much fun.
Yeah, the officials were nuts.
Dave's
The officials.
personality. And it's so funny with Dave. So many people know David Cameron, and some cringe.
And they hate me.
Some cringe, like, oh my goodness. And it's because of the way things come out of his mouth. But I'll say this, not just because I'm in front of him. Anybody that knows me knows how I feel about Dave. Dave will give his shirt off his back for you. But he can throw up information on you that will make you cringe and want to go the opposite way. So that's why that perspective of being able to watch all those 2009 players to the conversation of Dave saying, hey, come back and play soccer was, I can add some value. I can't touch a soccer ball very well, but I can add some value.
And, now that, the years pass and, you're grown and you kind of see it in a different way, you kind of realize that you need someone like that. You need someone to push you to your limits. And you don't need a friend. Mm-hmm. You don't need a friend. You need someone to push you. And even though, you might not agree with what he says, but it's coming from him in a good perspective, in a good idea. So you need to just stick to it, man. I mean, you're not always going to be on a team where there's a coach that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could be in one of the greatest teams and the coach could, be on your, could mess with your mind a little bit. But if you're winning.
Yeah, it cures all.
And you learn from him, you just kind of got to deal with it a little bit and just kind of manage it and make sure things go well. Travel to Tucson to play them. Yeah. And he'd be like, all right, let's just hope for a good result and don't talk to the refs.
Yeah.
Don't even look at them.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. And we get out and we work at it again.
Yeah.
It's like, once you go to Tucson, it's like, they're so biased.
He's a different person
They're
in
so
Tucson.
biased. They just Tucson, everything.
Dave's a different person in Tucson. Dave's best post-game speech ever was after we lost to Tucson in the semis my second year.
Dude.
My first year. We lost to Tucson. He was livid, and you know what he says? He's looking around. He goes, hurry up. Let's get out of here. They don't even have sidewalks here. I looked around. I paused for a moment. I was so confused. I was like, they don't have sidewalks here. What? All right, let's go.
Tucson doesn't have sidewalks. They don't spend the tax dollars well over there. It's better now. They have stadiums and stuff. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, they would just get the outer border of the sidewalk. They never complete it, and then it's dirt in between. I don't get it. They were good. Jonathan Cortez was supposed to go to UNLV. And he goes a flipping NAU.
Oh, that's news.
To follow a girl. So it totally goes with Valentine's.
Oh, boy.
Will you be mine?
This is new to me, Cortez.
I was ticked.
You've been blasted by Dave.
Girls, huh?
I tell you what.
Girls ruin everything.
Seriously.
Except daughters. Daughters are awesome.
There you go.